Welcome to Season 2, Episode 6 of Marketing Ninja Unleashed. Today, I'm diving into the future of marketing with AI-driven personalization, including what autonomous agents could mean for your business, and why it's the small, thoughtful touches that create the biggest impact. We'll explore how micro-influencers and even meme marketing can work for brands of all sizes, and we tackle one of the trickiest topics for business owners, pricing your products and services that works for you and your customers. Hi everyone, welcome back to Marketing Ninja Unleashed. I'm Reena, founder of You and Your Story. And if you've been here before, you know this is where we talk about marketing that works in the real world. Today, we're diving into a few things that you really need to wrap your head around if you want your marketing to actually thrive. Starting with AI-driven personalization and what autonomous agents means for your business, how the little touches in personalization make the biggest impact, how micro-influencers and even meme marketing can be useful for your business, and one that a lot of business owners I know struggle with, and that's how to price your products or services in a way that works for you and your customers. So, starting with AI-driven personalization and autonomous agents. We all know AI isn't coming, it's here, and it's already changing the way we do personalization. Personalization, it used to mean swapping someone's first name into an email subject line. Now we're talking about AI systems that know what your customer wants before they do. And autonomous agents, think of them like little AI workers that run around in the background and are taking this a step further. They can analyze your customer data, decide the best next step for each person, and execute it automatically. That might mean sending a perfectly timed offer, showing a custom product recommendation, or even re-engaging someone who's gone quiet. If you're now wondering, but how do I do that without a McDonald's supersized marketing budget? Well, you start small. Use dynamic content on your website. So different visitors see different headlines, products, or offers based on their behavior. In email marketing, you can set up behavior-based sequences. For example, someone clicks on a product but doesn't buy, follow up with reviews, FAQs, or a limited time incentive. You can also look into tools like ManyChat, Klaviyo, or even native automations in platforms like Shopify or HubSpot to get a taste of this. The ultimate goal is for you to be relevant. When your customer feels like you get them, your conversion rates will thank you. This brings me nicely on to my next topic, personalization, and how the magic is in the little things. It's when a brand remembers what you bought last time and recommends something that actually makes sense. It's when your coffee shop knows your order before you even say a word. It's when a follow-up email says, hey, that workshop you booked is coming up. Here's what you'll need to get the most from it. And personalization is powerful because it says, we see you, we know you, we care enough to make this relevant. That's what makes people come back. It's the human touch in a digital world that makes your brand unforgettable. I actually experienced this recently when a lovely contact that I used to work with a long time ago, who now works at Subway, sent me some merchandise. But as well as the standard branded stuff, she also included a personalised bookmark with my business name on it. It was really cute, and I will definitely use it because there was a lot of thought that went into that. Although I am also going to be using my reusable bag, mug and pens. Thank you very much, Kerry. I absolutely love my gifts. I also spent an afternoon with Lisa Culver and the team at ProMedica 24 last week. They had invited some of their clients out for lunch to celebrate one of their clients' birthdays. Now, for many of us, inviting a client to lunch means meeting them there and buying lunch. But that wasn't the case for Lisa. The team had to arrange wheelchair-friendly taxis to collect and drop off clients. The venue had to be selected because of its food and the ease of getting around as well. They'd thought about everything from what each client was allowed to eat and drink to the medication they needed and how they were going to get through the restaurant back to the car park. It was incredible to see how much they genuinely cared, and after speaking to some of Lisa's clients, it became really obvious that this one lunch was the most important thing anyone had done for them in a long time. It meant they got to leave their homes, socialise with others, and even enjoy a nice meal out, which they don't do very often at all. Lisa and the team had organised the whole event, and you could see the relief in her eyes when everybody was sat down and eating. She knew her clients and knew how much this would mean to them. And that's what personalisation is, knowing your customers inside out and how you can make their lives better. Lisa definitely did that day. Hats off to Lisa and the team of carers. They are an amazing bunch of people.
LinkedIn is pretty great at a lot of things, like helping you tap into your field's latest industry trends and insights. We can't stop your colleague from tapping her pencil. LinkedIn can help you find new jobs that align with your career goals. We cannot help find the source of that weird smell in the office fridge. Ew. And while we can't stop your colleagues from bringing their hobbies into the office, LinkedIn can help bring your career to the next level. LinkedIn is the network that works for you.
So, moving on to something a little bit different, let's talk about influencers. And no, I don't mean paying $10,000 to a celebrity who's never going to use your product ever again. I'm talking about micro-influencers, people with smaller but super engaged followers. That's where the magic is, because their audience actually trusts them. They're relatable, they're approachable, and they tend to get much higher engagement rates than the big names. So if you're a small business, this is a game changer. If you can partner with micro-influencers in your niche, send them your product or collaborate with them on content that feels natural, that's what's going to make a difference. So, moving on to meme marketing, I think that's how you say it. Yes, it's very risky if it's done badly, but when it's done well, it's gold. Memes are shareable, culturally relevant, and tap into humour and even relatability. But you do need to make sure that it fits your brand voice, it's timely. A lot of these memes have a very short shelf life. And most importantly, you're not punching down or offending any of your audience. If it's done right, both micro-influencer content and memes can get you reach, engagement, and cultural relevance without the massive ad spend. Remember to tie it in with your brand proposition though. Making sure who you are and what you stand for needs to be consistent across all of your marketing, including any influencer marketing that you're doing. If you're looking for how you can go about creating your brand proposition, have a listen to episode 5 of season 2, where I talk through how you can build the perfect brand proposition. Moving on to pricing your products and how you can get it right. Pricing is a magical mix of strategy, psychology, and sometimes a little guesswork. Most businesses either underprice out of fear or overprice without the value to back it up. So if you're starting to think about your pricing, here are a few ways that might actually help you. Start with knowing your costs. I know that sounds obvious, but a lot of people skip this. Know your actual value. What's the transformation you're offering? Price isn't just about materials or time, it's about outcomes. Test and adapt. Pricing isn't set in stone. Try different price points and see how it affects conversion and profit. Use psychology. Charm pricing, so £99 instead of £100, tiered offers, or even anchoring, showing a higher priced option first, can all influence perception. Now I want to get a little bit nerdy, because there are a few marketing pricing theories that can make a real difference to you. Starting with value-based pricing. This is all about what your customer thinks your product or service is worth, not just what it costs to produce. It's the difference between selling a coffee for £1.50 because it's a hot drink, or £4 because it's a Starbucks coffee experience. Penetration pricing. Setting your price low to enter a market quickly and gain share, then increasing it later. It's brilliant for startups trying to break in, but risky if you train your audience to only buy cheap. Price skimming. Starting off high, then gradually lowering your price. It works really well for innovative products where early adopters are willing to pay more. Think about tech launches. Psychological pricing. And I don't just mean the £99 trick. This also includes bundling, offering free add-ons, or creating premium tiers to change perception. And finally, loss leader pricing. Selling one product at a loss to get customers in the door, then making profit on other items. Lots of supermarkets and online marketing places love this one, and it works really well. So the theory is great, but the key is to not just pick one and stick to it blindly. Your pricing strategy should be dynamic, based on your brand positioning, your market, and most importantly, your audience's willingness to actually pay. But my biggest tip to everybody out there is to be confident. If you don't believe in your price, your customer won't either. So, to wrap up this episode, we talked about AI-driven personalization and autonomous agents. They're not just for big players. You can start small and see results. Plus, I talked about the human touch and how personalization of little things can make the biggest difference. Micro-influencers and memes can make your brand feel alive and relatable. Pricing isn't just maths. It's messaging, psychology, and confidence. And here's my question for you to think about until next time. If you stripped away every flashy campaign, every trend, would your pricing, personalization, and positioning still make your customers say yes? Have a think about that. I'd love to know your thoughts. Drop me an email on hello@yaystory.com. And as always, you and your story is here to make sure your story is the one the world won't forget.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.